Good day, everyone. Jerry here from Yossi Nutrition here in South Africa, Cape Town. Okay, I'm going to share a little bit and talk a little bit on things like fasting um, and the human body, how it works, and how do the Yossi Nutrition range, especially Maximmune, Esterblock actually plays a role, and Max Testosterone plays a role also. How do they fit into place where a natural supplement thing can mean so much and do so much to the body, and why? Okay, so fasting. So there's a lot of things about fasting, and a lot of doctors and dietitians, nutritionists talk about the energy that you're consuming and to reduce that energy intake so the body can go over to basically its resources to convert those fat to energy, and so that can be used. Um, Sort of in a basic term, you can say yes, or let me say in the old ways, I can say yes. Now, a few friends are talking about that especially a lot, and they get people better, a lot better, especially on diabetes. Yeah, I'm not sure how they do with cancer patients, but on diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol, and things like that, they get them a lot better. Um, but there's a big difference in their method of fasting and my method that I've created for fasting. I don't believe in, not anymore, in getting better. I managed to work it out to totally heal. But pure logic, after you are healed, the responsibility is on you if you want to stay obedient in the right way of eating, not in a question of energies and calorie in, calorie out. Nothing to do with that at all. Actually, not much to do with energy at all. Um, I know a lot of people are so stuck on. I'm doing a 16/8 fasting windows. Some will, let me say, go hunger for longer. And, and I don't want to sound rude, but it's a stupid way of reasoning. Now you go hungry for a period of time, forcing yourself, trying to discipline yourself to stay hungry for the time being. And while if you're getting hungry or cravings, they will maybe drink something to get the hunger away, stuff like that. Yeah, once again, it's not a wise method of reasoning. And one of the things I've said so many times, I've asked so many times, is why do you get hungry? And it's like people don't actually know really why they're getting hungry. Um, well, the basic thing that they will say is my body needs energy. If they so-called educated in the field, they will say, yeah, the body needs some energy, and it's not true. It's not right. Um, there is a time that the body will need some energy. Sort of yes, sort of yes. Um, yeah, then you can consume something for that. But to stay away from processed foods, any sugars, yeah, pure logic is it's a dumb idea and it's bad for you. It's yeah, it's a terrible idea they've made. Use honey. Okay, there is some natural kind of other sugary things that is okay to use. I prefer honey, natural raw honey. Um, Nature's things can never let you down. Okay, anything that is not 100% natural anymore needs to be questioned. The thing is, with your fasting, yes, I know there will reason autophagy will happen, but the thing is, when the body releases um, the fat because you're not consuming any food, you are like going on your fasting, like no eat nothing idea. Um, because before you wait on your fasting, you consume some sort of energy meal. Let's say you went for eggs and bacon, that idea. Maybe you've had, I don't know, some avo or something like that. That's normally what they do. Terrible idea. So basically, you've eaten a protein and a fat thing, and the nutrition that's involved there is so little, so weak. It's actually, you cannot really call it nutrition. That's how weak it is, according to my philosophy ideas. Um, but I'll get to that later. So the thing is, now your body consumes that energy, or so they, well, sort of, so they think. Um, but that even won't last that long, that I can promise you. Then, pure logic, they will say if you take a bit of more fat, you will stay fuller for a bit longer, fuller. That's also a dumb thinking, a dumb reasoning. It's not about staying fuller. Yeah, that word. But the problem is now they stay hungry for 16 hours, 20 hours, whatever thing idea you want to take on your fasting. But while you were eating, the body couldn't do much with that food, not really that much. Now you're starving yourself. Now the body goes over to its resources, like they say, but actually, yes, and then autophagy can only perfectly happen. That's why it's not a guaranteed thing. That's not why the diabetics and they get better. They don't get healed, they get better. But they get better idea. The thing is, one mistake and you're back to where you were, maybe even worse. Okay. The other problem is, yes, autophagy can happen, but it's not going to happen to perfection, and I'll get to the reason why just now. Now autophagy happens to the point where it can happen, but basically with the fasting, the body just wants to reset itself. That's actually mostly what it wants to do. Yes, it goes out to its resources, not to do autophagy and not to burn fat, but to survive. That's the only reason the body releases it. Yeah, they make it a weight loss thing because of so much fat that's been released, and yeah, and the problem with doing it like that, you lose a lot of weight. That is actually a major big problem, okay, because fat weight is not that heavy, but muscle weight and organ weight is heavy. And to lose organ weight means you making that organ even weaker, and that's a terrible idea. You actually just want to shrink your fat cells. You don't want your organs to become weaker. I mean, it's supposed to be logic, but yeah, it seems like it's not for most people. Um, and even if you want to do a weight loss thing with your fasting and not to eat and still drink weight loss pills, terrible idea. Or if you want to drink a syrup or a pill thing that can make your stomach go like super fast, easily, um, biologic, you will lose weight because the body cannot consume anything and it will go over to its resources to survive. Um, but all those things might work for a while, but the body and organs will get weaker, and I've seen it so many times. It's happening, okay? And I know a lot of people not going to listen to me, not listen to this video, not taking it serious. Though I've been doing this for 26 years and I've seen it all, and I've tried to, I've helped at least a lot of people actually um, solve their problems because of those kind of steps that I've taken. Um, but those steps are misleading, but I think the people who's teaching it think they're doing the good or the right thing. And I applaud him for that trying. Okay, but now I've realized a few times now that they're actually stubborn. They actually don't listen to advice. They feel that the path they're on are perfectly fine. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, okay, so let me get to my point. So I've wasted about almost 12 minutes talking about nonsense and not getting to the point. So the body doesn't heal itself, just itself by autophagy. It doesn't just heal itself or burn fat while you are sleeping and the times that you're not eating. That's all nonsense, okay? Um, if you go to bed and you have eaten anything after, I would say, 6 at night, fat burning is not going to happen. Forget about it. And also depends on what you've eaten anyway. Um, if it's red meat that you've eaten, it doesn't matter with what, not going to happen. Um, rather make your biggest meal in the morning, and if you must, another meal in the middle of the day, 2 3 max. That's it. The reason that I would prefer you don't eat after, let's say, 4 in the afternoon, then everything, all that, well, if you have eaten the right way, then never mind that autophagy can happen, but happen in the right way. Fat burning can easily happen. And I know when you eat, insulin will spike because it's what the pancreas will do. It's my eyes, it's a transportation hormone. Okay. Well, it needs to be released, but for transportation to be able to happen, it's actually important. But there is some other things that's also involved in that. But my point is, eating a protein or a protein and a fat like even avo or cheese, without overpowering amount of mixed nutrition is a dumb idea. Okay, to eat, there's not enough nutrition in your protein thing that you eat. There's not enough nutrition in your fat thing that you eat. Um, Especially your avo isn't bad for you, but the nutrition that's in there cannot stand daddy for the fat and the proteins and the carbs. It's not going to happen. Okay. Your nutrition must overpower your meal. If you want to do like a fasting thing and you want to do one meal a day, if that meal, if the nutrition doesn't overpower that meal, um, nutrition is one of the things that will actually stay in the system for quite a while, okay? Um, 10 to much longer than your proteins. The thing is, the reason for nutrition, in my eyes, to stay longer is because nutrition needs to bond. Nutrition coming from vegetables, okay? And you don't have to do 7 to 9 cups a day. That's, oh, gross. That's madness, okay? When you eat now, let's say you take 50 to 100 grams of protein times 2 to times 2.5. 2 is a minimum, needs to be your mixed vegetables, 4, 5 and upwards kinds of vegetables, but not like salad or tomato or something like that. Something much stronger like broccoli, cauliflower, kale, spinach, butternut, carrots, things like that. Yes, so-called high fiber. It needs to overpower that meal. Your fats can be the same size, more or less. Less is better, especially if you want to lose weight, but not too much. I'll get to that just now. It needs to be like that, especially if you want to do a fasting. You can rather do a fasting with just vegetables than with nothing. But it depends on the body and the situation of the body, okay? Yeah, it's really, it strongly depends on that. But you can maybe do like an egg and vegetables, 1 egg, and your mixed vegetables, let's say 200 to 250 grams mix, with your pink Himalaya salt. Yeah, you can do it like that, and it just makes more sense, and it does make more sense because all of that nutrition will be in the body. It's not going to bother. What I've realized is if your nutrition overpowers your protein, your fat like it, it doesn't bother the body and the pancreas that much, um, to release plenty of insulin, okay? If, like I said, if the nutrition overpowers like it. But now that's a proper way of doing fasting, that's a proper way of eating. Autophagy will still happen, and now it will happen to better perfection because of the nutrition that's involved. So when the fats that's been released and the cell regeneration that the body wants to do, nutrition needs to assist the process, so it can happen to perfection. It mustn't be, you mustn't be okay or be better, you're diabetic. You must be totally healed from it, okay? I don't make people better, I heal them. That's it, okay? If you are better and you stay okay, it's not totally healed, but stay okay, then no, then it's wasting your time, whatever you're doing. I've healed so many people from diabetic, even cancer. I'm almost finished. It's now almost a month, 30 days that I've been busy with a liver cancer patient that was terrible condition. Wow. That I don't know why the bloody people always come to me at the very last moment. I'm not God. I cannot fix you if you eaten nonsense or didn't do things right. Come to me before things are getting bad. Don't make life harder on me. I can only do so much. But at least she was totally, totally, totally obedient. And yeah, she's like almost healed. So thank goodness for that, her obedience. So yeah, but nutrition was overpowering the body. The protein wasn't too high. Never forget about the energies and things like that. And yeah, pure logic. I didn't allow her to eat fats at all. I don't want to put too much strain on the liver, and her bile wasn't working 100% right, so I didn't want to put too much strain there. Carbs, no carbs, well, carbs in the form of even potato, sweet potato, bread was totally out, grains was totally out, and pastas, those things were totally out. She did get a little bit of fat in. It's not like it's like nothing, but she did get some in. And then protein, the highest it ever been was about 100 grams. That's it. Vegetables was always time. In her case, it was about 2.5 to 3, the size of the protein. Actually, a bit higher because when she was eating and she didn't do the vegetables a lot, let's say times 2 the size of the protein. Now, this is what I've designed is the Maximmune. That's in a supplement form. Um, there's no carbs, there's no fats, there's no protein from the original vegetables involved. It's just the original nutrition that's exactly identical to the original natural fruit or vegetable involved. So let me just get that Maximum cube. So, so yeah, it looks like this. But this is actually vegetables. But it's actually working better than vegetables. So I'm actually grateful that I've designed it like that. Yeah, it took me a while, but but I don't think people actually understand. Those who do understand it, yeah, well, okay. But most people think, ah, no, this is just like sort of like a multivitamin, whatever. I can buy a multivitamin at Dis-Chem or the pharmacist. Mm-mm. It's not the same at all. It doesn't mean if it's, I don't separate nutrition to start off, but like I said, it's identical to natural. In every sense of the word, it's identical. The only thing that's not in there is the protein, the carbs, and the fats. That's not in there, or even sugars. Not even natural sugars in there, but there is a natural salt in here also, and to the same amount that's in the original. That's how identical it is. Um, and I've even tested it, especially on this cancer patient, and yeah, she's doing exceptionally well. The recovery of the liver, regeneration of the liver is happening immensely fast. It's actually flipping wow. And I'm actually a bit impressed. Um, well, that the body can regenerate and heal itself so to perfection and fast, um, and just because of the right nutrition, the amount of nutrition, the proper balance of nutrition, that she's getting in the right amount of protein, she's getting in the right amount of fats, that she's getting in, and the normal natural carbs that will come from the protein or the vegetables. So yeah, and even the butter that she's sometimes using, not margarine. Yeah, so it's actually happening pretty good and pretty fast. But that's what happens if you add your nutrition. So it's not about your energy consumption. The thing is with this that I just wish that people will take this seriously before I flippin' rather stop this whole idea. If people don't want to get healed, then why must I keep trying to help them? I mean, yeah, if you want to stay unhealthy, you want to stay sick, and you like your problem, you don't want to lose weight and get healthy, or get healthy and then lose weight, I guess then, okay, enjoy life while it lasts, I guess. But yeah, um, the thing was with this, it finds all the teaching that I've been taught um, in when you're doing your nutrition or dietitian courses. It's all, sorry to say, wrong, and it's all, I don't know, lies. I don't know where they got their ideas from, but it's like they want to control you. And when you're trying to work with your clients, as long as they don't get healthy, they can still make money. Idea. It just feels like it. Maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like it. Um, but I've been doing a natural way of healing with food even before I did my course as a nutritionist, and I, I was I got done more than with anybody's help in any way. So I just did the course because I just wanted to understand what they are being taught, and yeah, finally I understand what's the problem. So yeah, if you want to do a fasting, you want to get healed, you want to lose proper weight, your nutrition needs to overpower your body. Bottom line. And this is the easiest way to do it. Even if you want to do a burger, even if you want to do a pizza, you will take two of these with your meal. You take two down it, start eating your fast food, whatever. The power of nutrition controls the the parts that you're eating. Protein is just a part, fat is just a part of the body, carbs is just a part. It's not a solution, it's just a part. That's all it is. You cannot eat protein parts and expect your body to heal to perfection. It's not going to happen. You need nutrition to bond with the part so the body can uptake that combination with, let's say, one insulin key per combination, and then go to wherever in the body to heal. That makes sense. You're not going to bother insulin that much if nutrition overpowers the meal. It's not going to happen. Okay, I've tested it many times. So it's not about the energy that you take to reduce the energy. Because I get people, they eat flippin' KFC, they will eat McDonald's sometimes, they'll eat pastas, they will eat pizzas, but they always take the maximum nutrition to with that meal and they still lose weight. How the hell do you explain that in normal terms? That's the thing that throws all the theories in the junkyard. Okay, but the nutrition overpowers the meal. That's what it's all about. Not the energy, not the calories in, calories out. All of those things is nonsense. So as long as the nutrition, proper nutrition, this is a proper nutrition. This is not a, I'm trying to sell you a multivitamin idea. Nonsense, man. I can stop it, then you can carry on with your problems. But this is to help the people. This is my whole idea, to help people, to get them healed so they can enjoy life. And thank you to all those that are obedient and now enjoying life after they had so many problems, and now they're properly enjoying life. Some other time I want to make a Zoom, and I want to surprise call them. I don't want them to know I'm going to do it. So I don't want to prepare something, stuff like that. Yeah, I will surprise them with a phone call and I will record it. So they won't know I'm recording them. After I've done, I will tell them, I'll tell them I did record this. Is it okay with you? And if they say no, okay, well then it's one of those things and I'll go to the next person. Okay. But those who are following my advice, eating the way I say, using the Maximum, yeah, they are healed to perfection. Not okay, not better, healed. Okay, there's a big difference in what I'm doing with the Yossi product that I've designed and the eating method. There's a big difference in that than following the so-called trend and crowd. So yeah, health equals high nutrition. Low nutrition, no matter what you do, health is not going to happen to perfection. Forget about it. Yeah, sometimes you can get better, okay, getting your diabetes under control much better. That's not healed. I don't do things half. I don't believe in nonsense like that. Okay, I don't fix a car halfway. I fix it properly, so and then I will use better parts, so it stays right. And if you don't drive the living daylights out of it, then it totally stays right and can go for millions of miles, no hassles. So that's what I do. Okay. Now getting to the other two nutritional things, Estroblock and Max Testosterone. Max Testosterone is a universal, unisex idea thing, but it's more focused for men, especially if you cannot gain weight, if you want to gain weight, yeah, you will use something like that. It's not about, I'm not getting you to push up insulin to gain weight or drop insulin to drop weight. I'm not doing things like that. I'm giving you the nutrition that the body wants in different ways. This is health. This is controlling health, making sure health happens, and that's it. Your max testosterone, yeah, it will push up your testosterone, but it will also push up your growth hormone. Automatically, you will get hungry and you will eat. And there's some other things also. It's not just about pushing it up, it's also about controlling health, making sure that all toxicities that's been will be removed, and it's a big thing. Okay. But it's coming, the bactesterone is all herbs. Your Estroblock for women mostly is cabbages and herbs. That's basically what's in there. Women will use Estroblock to balance hormones. Normally, to 100% balance hormone system, normally it can take about 30 days. But you can feel better in, let's say, 2-3 days. Yeah, you can start feeling a lot better. But if you want proper results, that's what you will aim for. 30 days. Well, your bottle is, well, depends on how you use it, depends on your condition. Can last you 30 to 60 days. But don't think that if your hormones is balanced, all is well. No, it's sorted out. It doesn't work that way. Okay, it's a fat soluble hormones, and they need to be looked after daily. Once a right, it's fine, but you look after them daily. After that, it's actually, that's the way it works, especially with men. Also, that's why I've designed the Max Testosterone also to balance our hormone system. But if me as a man use Estroblock, unfortunately, and I take it with a meal that's got almost so little fat in, it's going to take it out of your system to treat hormones. It's going to want to do it, and that's it. If I reduce my fat intake, it's just going to take it out of the body. Simple as that. So yeah, you might lose a lot of weight, especially on men. It's like super strong on us. Yeah, we lose a lot of weight very fast. But not weight in organ weight, weight in fat weight. So basically you shrink more than your weight drops. Okay, but that's not what you want. And then if you want to gain weight healthy way, you will use Max Testosterone. The thing is, if you want to gain weight and you take 2 Maximmunes with that meal, that's not going to happen. This Maximmune takes control so much over the meal that you've eaten. I don't know, it doesn't allow insulin to spike like crazy because of the overpowering nutrition that takes over, and you can't gain weight. That's it. So, but the main thing is that insulin is not going to go up that high because of the high nutrition that you are taking. So you need to, if you want to sort of do it in that way, you can take 1 capsule rather with that meal. So it should spike a little bit more insulin. I cannot guarantee that you will gain weight if you don't take even less Maximmune, but If you don't take it at all, you're not going to get it healthy, but you will get better if you eat healthy. Well, you can get totally healed anyway if you eat healthy. Um, but your nutrition is not going to overpower that much. So insulin will spike like normal. And with the max testosterone, that can make you exceptionally hungry, like a child that gets hungry a lot and the body wants to develop and develop. It's going to be the same thing that's going to happen. I've tested it on so many children, over anything over about 12 years. They take one capsule for a day, that's it's more than enough. And slowly, surely, they gain weight. They don't gain uh, a lot heavy, but they do gain, okay? And they're getting healthy once in a while, because it's children. No, they're not gonna just down a 00 capsule. I get them to at least take about twice to 3 times in 7 days a Maximum at least, to keep the system up. And even as a child, those that obey me like that, they don't get ill anymore. It's actually, the parents actually learn, wow. So my point is, it's so important for nutrition to overpower the meal. That's the right way. And the reason you are getting hungry is only one reason. It's not your body needs energy. No, it's a different feeling when your body needs energy. When you're getting that hunger feeling is when the body wants to do repair work. If you do your meal like I say, if you can't do the meal like that, then at least you add this. And if you want to be in a health class and you take 100 grams of protein, and let's say you take 200 grams of mixed vegetables and a potato even, okay, and chips, whatever, and you take two of these, basically your vegetables is the nutrition power of that vegetable meal, including that, should be about times 6 times 8 the size of the protein. It's huge, and that's why you don't gain when you take it like that, but you're getting super healthy. Your nails will get better and stronger, grow faster, unfortunately. Same with your hair. Your skin will become more flawless, in actual fact. Your eyes will become better. Well, there you will increase a bit of fats to help with that also. All the parts getting better: liver, kidneys, heart, veins, brain, collagen, you name it. It's all getting better, getting healed, and stay healed, and be fixed. I had problems, and I'm not better. I'm totally 100% healed. That's the way things should be if they are right. If my philosophy weren't right, then why do I and so many people are 100% healed and stay healed? I've hurt my back, one of the cushions. I've hurt my wrists from exercises, dumb exercises that I did, picking up too heavy stuff. But, well, that was a few years ago, even before I made the Maximum. And I did a natural shake, and I had my vegetables, and that's it. I'm healed. No problems anymore. 100% healed. Okay. So that's what happens if nutrition overpowers in the right way. With the Maximum, things just happen so much faster, a lot faster, and that's actually good. So that's the right way to do a fasting, to eat. If you want to do weight loss, if your nutrition doesn't overpower, and you make one mistake, let's say you just use a fat burner. There's no miracle one fat burner. That crap doesn't exist. You just want to do it, then the responsibility is like heavy actually on you. Okay, it doesn't help you then blame the product. Oh, it doesn't work. If your nutrition doesn't overpower the meal, then the chances that the product is not going to work 100% is in actual fact 100% right that it won't work. Okay, when you're not eating healthy and you're consuming not enough nutrition in, okay, times two is actually a bit low if you're not adding that, but times 2.5 to 3 is a minimum. Then no processed stuff whatsoever, no breads, no grains, pure logic. Reduce your fat a bit. Yeah, it will make sense. Then you should do okay. For a fat burner, it's not going to happen as fast as adding extra nutrition or adding an extra block, something like that, or even the belly blast section. So, but don't say the product doesn't work if you don't want to increase or overdose. There's no such thing as overdose with nutrition. There's no such thing actually. But if you don't want to consume way than enough nutrition, that's why even if you use a fat burner, that you can still gain weight because you're eating things that will spike insulin like crazy. Eating oats will spike insulin. Eating all bran will spike insulin. Eating wheat bix will spike insulin. Those things, they do spike insulin. And especially all the junk that I put in there, it spikes insulin a lot. Doesn't, and then let's say you do 3 meals a day. What did you think is going to happen? You cannot just now consume a fat burner and Bob's going to be your uncle, whoever he might be, and you're going to lose weight. No, get your mind right. That will never happen. Now you want to eat or drink something that will make your stomach run like crazy. That's the only time that you might lose weight. But your body is going to get weaker very, very quickly. It will go up to a point because it will try to survive, and autophagy will happen, all like a fasting. But only up to the point, then the body's gonna like stop and shut down. Depends on the strength of your immunity at the time. Then who knows what can happen. Okay, you're going to damage yourself. I've tried to help so many people. Yeah, and if they don't listen, you know what? That's your problem. Okay, I've tried to warn so many of you. If you don't want to listen, then that's your problem, I guess. Sorry to say, it's hard for me to say because I've designed this and done this really to go out of my way. I think it took me about 3 months to get this to total perfection. And it's like they say, you know what, we don't care. Yeah, okay, I guess it's your life. I guess it's your will. If you don't want to care, you don't want to care. The worst thing to, the worst method of committing suicide, or taking your time to die slowly, suffer big time, is consuming something like processed stuff, sugars, eating unhealthy, eating with not enough nutrition and stuff like that. That is committing suicide in a totally different, bad way. That's all it is actually, because that's all you're busy doing to yourself. You're busy killing yourself. You're giving the body a reason to self-destruct. That's actually what you're doing, especially if you're taking the processed stuff. You committing suicide in a different way, killing yourself. But I don't want to die fast. I want to suffer while I die. I want to suffer big time. That's all you're doing. There's nothing else. Okay, but the problem with nutrition is, especially if it's like this, it's so powerful to our body. Even if you consume that junk, it still takes control of that nonsense that you've eaten and protect you. Getting rid of those things, or convert it to become healthy, a healthy carb, because there's a lot of carbs in there, and the toxicity, it will just get out of the system. But that's the power of nutrition. Okay, so get it in, people need to get it in their mind. Okay, it's not about energy in, energy out. It's not about calories in, calories out. It's not about carbs and stuff like that. It's about nutrition that needs to overpower nutrition coming from your vegetables, but not nutrition on its own. Doesn't work that way. Okay, nutrition is the dose that will do the job inside your body, making sure the right people for the right job with the parts that I need to repair. Okay, but it doesn't help you send somebody to do the work to repair, but you don't give them any parts or tools. What the hell? What must I do there? Okay, until they get the parts, then I can start working. Okay, that's what's going to happen. You're just going to delay the healing process by taking only vegetables, only eating vegetables. You're just going to, the fat soluble things might repair, but the protein based things won't repair, because the body can release the fats and the nutrition can bond with the fats and heal the fat soluble things. But the protein based things, muscle, heart, those things won't be able, collagen won't even be able to repair. The nutrition is there for it, but it can't do it because you didn't consume the parts needed to repair the protein based things. That's my philosophy, and it's been working for 26 years when I started in 1996. Okay, so please, I hope that people will take this seriously for once in their life. But yeah, understand that this Yossi product is there to help you. I know this video is like super long. I hope you got something and put this on a big screen and watch my boring talking. But in the end, you won't regret it if you do it. If you want to order the product, visit our website www.yossinutrition.co.za, and you can place your order there. We do ship world wherever in the world. We'll tend to make use of DHL, but yeah, that's what we will do. So yeah, great.